welcome back to Anime Club, the first anime club of 2015. I'm Reina Scully.
I'm William Haynes.
Okay, I thought he was gonna hit me, that's why I cowered. So for the first anime of 2015, we watched Your Lie in April.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I just realized something.
What?
Your Lie in April? April is when spring starts. Spring means when someone sprung onto someone. Lying in April, lying in the springtime when you're sprung, love is a lie.
I don't like that you used the word sprung. This is a really good, sweet anime, and you use the word sprung.
I mean, I think it's a pun.
Oh, yeah, it is. It was a good pun. Do you think this anime was a romance?
Hell yeah.
You do?
Romance on them ivory keys. You ever fell in love with music? You ever fell in love with an entity that is not a person?
Yeah, you can, I guess.
I'm in love with an entity that is not a person?
What, is it
Oopie.
music? Oh, should have known. So I really loved Your Lie in April. For me personally, I think it was contender for anime of 2014, like best anime of 2014. I still think Parasite's better, but Your Lie in April is, I guess, considered a romance, slice of life.
I like this one better than I like Parasite.
Anime? You do?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You know.
Just do?
This is another one of those shows just like Nagi no Asukara where I'm like, I like this, but I don't want people to know that I like it.
Because it's girly?
It's a little
shoujo?
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit too shoujo-y for me. You know, there are no weapons in this show so far.
That's true. I'm usually like you where I generally like action more and I like fantasy. I like magic. I know you're not the biggest fan of magic because it is a scapegoat. But I think this anime did such a fantastic job in capturing how active the music world actually is. And I think it just captures real life so well.
Yeah. I mean, it has just as much, if not more, intensity to it than a show that has a lot of violence in it. Because I was on the edge of my seat. Most of the show I actually watched while sitting on the floor since they tore apart our green room. But,
oh my goodness, okay.
I was on the edge of my floor seat. Watching this show with him playing the piano, and he's like, where the notes at? Where the notes at? Where the notes at? I can't hear it. I can't hear it. I was like, ooh, that's more action-y than, like, you know, people punching each other and
hit you in the feels.
Buddha's palm.
So we're first introduced to Kose Arima.
Koseku.
No, yeah, Kose-kun. Yeah, all right, that was good. That was good. I thought you were gonna turn it around on me.
Are you impressed with me?
I am impressed with you. Kose Arima is a child prodigy piano player, but that is due to his mother being
abusive.
Abusive, yes, it's true. She was hyper strict. She wasn't always this way.
She wasn't. When she could walk, she was cool.
No, she was sweet and lovely and loving, and she wanted to give her son everything.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. All of a sudden, she's in a wheelchair, and she's like, ooh, I'm mad about stuff now.
Beating the shit out of her son. But the idea behind it was that she wanted to be a world-class pianist, and because she fell ill, she wasn't able to fulfill her dreams or actualize them, so she now has impossible expectations for her son, which actually turned out that their expectations aren't so impossible.
Well, yeah, is it really that impossible? All she wants is for him to be perfect at everything he does.
It's true. And the saddest thing about it all is that he does do it perfectly. In fact, he's known as the human metronome.
He didn't make a whole mistake in his whole time in competing.
It's so sad. But she says
Think about you in your life. All the mistakes you've made. He didn't do those.
No, none at all. And he still got beat.
Imagine if you still got beat. Oh wait, you need to get beat so you can be perfect.
Ah! Even though he plays the notes perfectly the way his mother taught him, if he makes even like the slightest mistake, she notices it, which is crazy. She obviously has perfect pitch. And then she tells him stuff like, you're supposed to be a reflection of exactly what the composer wrote, so you're never supposed to make any mistakes. You're not supposed to interpret the music in your own special way.
Which is very difficult because the girl that he likes, whose name is
Kaori.
Cow-chan.
Cow-chan.
I remember because it sounded like a cow. It does the exact opposite.
Yes.
When music is composed, she says, I'm going to take that music and I'm going to be free and I'm going to play my own interpretation of it.
Music is freedom, is what she says.
Yes, because he looked at her and he said, you are freedom. And she said, no. Music is freedom. And he should have been like, hold on, I was on the phone. I wasn't talking to you. Yeah, baby, your freedom. Then she would have got jealous and she would have wanted to be with him. But you effed up. I mean,
That's a different story. Kausuke. Everyone's cow.
What's his name?
Kauchan, Kausuke, Kosei. Kaori clearly has some kind of a background as well. From what I know, I watched a little bit ahead again because I really loved this anime.
You watched ahead?
Oh, spoilers everywhere. I'm sorry. There should be. I think it concludes in 22 episodes.
When Bae watches ahead.
Oops. I do completely agree with you. I think it was episode 4 that we actually get to hear what Kosei hears when he plays the piano, because his issue is that after
he's a victim of PTSD?
Yep, well, pretty up to a degree, I'd say.
His mother was abusive?
Yes, and I don't think you even know to what degree she was abusive, because that actually, in a later episode, it's like even worse than you think, because in a later episode, you see how...
Spoiler!
Okay, spoilers.
Anything.
You see, like, you know he's getting hit, but you see how badly he's getting hit later on, and it's very, very sad. It is traumatizing.
Sometimes mental hits are harder than physical ones. I'd say almost always. I'd rather be physically hurt than mentally hurt.
I think I would too.
Because one of these things you know you'll heal from.
No, don't touch me.
I'm sorry.
You're giving me your dark energy. As I said earlier, in episode 4, you actually get to hear the emptiness of the keys hitting the actual board, and I loved that because for the first couple episodes, you're like, what is it that he can't hear? Like, I know it's trauma, I understand, like, that can happen and whatnot, but what is it that he's hearing, or what is it that he can't capture and hear? Because it seems like he can start the piece fine, and he even plays a little bit at the cafe for the little kids, and it's really sweet and amazing, but then episode 4 happens where he has to perform in front of other people with the, in accompanying Kaori, and then you hear for the first time that it sounds like he's underwater, and these notes are just like empty, non-musical sounds, and it's just like bop, bop,
well,
bop,
it's
bop, bop,
it's
bop.
a metaphor.
It is. Okay.
It's a metaphor for sometimes in life you don't want to disappoint your mom. But you did, and now she's dead.
That's not a metaphor. That was just really straight up. That's literally just what happened.
But when he hit the keys, it was like being under the water. It's a metaphor when you compare something like or as. Not being able to play is like not being, when you hear the notes, you're under. I'm sorry. Continue on. You're the one that gives all the facts. I was onto something, but I should have thought of it before we started filming. Because I remember I was like, ooh, I should say that it's a metaphor for something, but I was actually watching the episode and I have to read subtitles. I'm sorry. I'm talking too much.
I'm sorry.
Do the thing. Do the episode.
Okay.
I don't want to admit it, but I got chills every episode watching it because it was so good. It was such a good story being told, and I felt like I could live through that character. Because what we haven't really talked about yet is that this boy, I'm sure we're going to talk about it. This boy, this main boy, is in love with this girl because she's so, how you say, goddamn talented.
How you say?
I don't know how specifically to say that, but she's that.
It was well said, sir.
And every person has been like, seen someone, they're like, oh man, you're so good at what you do. I want to be with you romantically. And he's like, she only likes me because I'm so goddamn talented, but she doesn't like me romantically. But we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Maybe you know, because you watched ahead.
I don't know, don't worry.
But now I know that we won't find out up until the episode that you're at.
Sorry. Yeah, that one was stuck there for a long time.
What was that?
That was a burp.
Come on, Kausuke.
It's really interesting that you bring up the romantic aspect because...
That's all I'm interested in.
I feel
you can learn how to play the piano or not. I want to know about the love.
I feel like it's not really about the romance. It's beautiful, and I think this is his first taste of being in love, especially because in the first episode, or maybe the first 2 episodes or something, Watari tells Kosei that women or things that you love are gonna show you that are gonna bring color back into your life.
That's the first episode.
It's in the first episode, yeah. And I think that was really beautiful because it's true. Everything that you see from Kosei's point of view is a little bit dark and gray and maybe like blue washed or so. But after he meets Kaori, everything is bright pink.
Yeah, that
and,
scene.
Yeah, bright green, and you get to see like the scenery and everything blossoms and it's beautiful. And the metaphor is that. Wait, I shouldn't say metaphor because it's not really a metaphor. I guess it is a metaphor for love.
It is a metaphor.
It is a metaphor for love, I guess.
Come after me if it's not a metaphor.
No, that's not the point.
I want him to be in love with her and I want her to be in love with him back.
But it doesn't have to be about a love story. It can simply be about unrequited love, which is just as important in your youth.
Shut I'm living through him.
Are.
This is why I watch Scott Pilgrim all the time, because I wanna. I'm living through some other people.
What was her name again? Ramona?
Ramona Flowers.
Yeah,
all right. I want that.
Ramona Flowers
I want
in your
that
life?
manic pixie dream girl. I want that this dude that's totally has no personality and and has no reason for anybody to be in love with him, and I want this very talented girl that has no reason to want to be with him. That's the dream. That's what all of us nerds want.
I like knives. I think the reason why I don't want it to be a romance anime is because I really don't like love triangles. Love rhombuses.
It seems like
I don't like that.
I feel like Tsubaki.
Is that her name, really? Yeah, it is Tsubaki. Okay.
I feel like she is slowly becoming in love with Kausuke. And then Kausuke is in love with Kao-chan. And I'm like, I don't want... And then
Watari loves Kao-chan too. But Watari's a player.
Yeah, he's like, I like Kao-chan, I like Ryusuke, I like Ryoko, I like Nami, I like
so he's
Sakura.
Super bi. He's also very meta and knows
I love
anime.
the chick from Bleach. What's the chick from Bleach's name? I love her too. and Kao-chan's like, I love Watari because I love him because he's cool. And
I like cool dudes that don't like me back.
I want to throw that dude off the bridge, but I don't want him to come back up out of the bridge out of other people do.
Who, Watari?
Yeah.
Why? Because he's a player.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Every dude has a friend that they know that's like a total
cooler
player,
than them. Yeah.
And but they don't tell him to stop because he's like,
They don't tell him to stop.
Stop, dude. Stop.
I don't mind Watari at all. I think he's a good friend to Kosei.
Because you like him.
No, I think
he's a soccer team captain. It's cool.
That's pretty hot. Oh, they're in middle school! I think this anime is very real because it's not specific about everyone's feelings for one another. And I think that's what it's like at first. Like, you don't really know what it is to like somebody or be in love with somebody. You're not able to recognize it. It's not a sensation that you understand yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of the friends having their issues with like, oh, like, do I maybe like them? Oh, but I'm kind of jealous. This is what jealousy feels like. I like that they're exploring that because it's very real to me.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I like the fact, like we were talking about earlier, how it's very intense even though there's no violence. The stakes aren't high, no one's gonna die, you'll still be alive, but it's still very strong.
Gripping.
I love it. It's got me on the edge of my floor.
I love the intensity of it as well. It makes me wish I was doing more with my life. Like, I wish I could play music. I wish I could sing. I wish I was something worth it.
You think I would have had a girlfriend by now in my life if I could play the piano?
Yeah, it's fucking hot. Guys playing instruments, it's hot.
I want to slam some ivory keys.
Have Steve teach ya.
He doesn't know how to play the piano.
He could teach you the guitar. That's hot too. I think I felt the same way about this anime when I first saw it as I did when I first saw football, which is very strange. But when I saw football, I realized that they themselves, like, they're not actors, they're really the heroes. You know, like, the quarterback has to coordinate everything and they have to throw it at the right angle to the right running back, and they are the heroes. Like, they're the ones that are physically putting themselves out there. And in this one, it's like they're battling with music, and I thought that was beautiful. Oh, you think I'm lame? I'm such a dork. But it was that gripping and touching, I think.
When I was in high school, I was in love with a girl that played the violin.
Oh.
And now I don't think about her ever. So that's what the lesson learned. You'll forget about it.
You'll get over it.
I never even heard her play the violin. I just she just said she could. She wore those dumb gloves where it's cut off right here.
What's happening right now?
She also has scoliosis. She does.
So that's all we have for you on our first impressions of Your Lie in April.
We liked it.
I liked it. I recommend it, definitely. Like I said, I think it is a contender for Anime of 2014. In fact, it might just be Anime of 2014.
I'll give it Anime of 2014.
I can't tell. I really loved Parasite as well, but this one, it was magic.
It too. Shut your dirty mouth. I'm giving it to this. You can give it to something else. I understand if you want to give it to something else. There's a whole bunch of other things in the ether, but I like this one show about people falling in love because I want the kid to fall in love because I'm living through him just like his mother. Except I'm not gonna hit you. I live in the real world.
Next week, we're gonna watch Gugure Kokuri-san.
Oh, Gugure Kokuri-san.
It is a comedy. It is weird. I think you're gonna enjoy it.
I've never heard of it until just now.
Yeah.
Giggity Giggity Zoo. Oh wait, I think I saw saw this on your computer. Yeah.
Did you?
No. Yeah, I saw images of it, but I have no idea what it's about. Okay.
What are you doing on my
Giggity,
computer?
giggity, goo.
If you want to watch Gugure Kokuri-san along with us, head on over to crunchyroll.com/sfnerd to get your free premium membership trial. Take a video of yourself giving us your first impressions of it, and you can come back next week like our friends. Remember to use the hashtag SFNGURE. G-U-R-E, SFNGURE.
I'm impressed with you.
Thank you.
This is a very niche anime and has a very specific target audience, but at the same time it also does appeal to a wide audience as the story is told from the perspective of a pianist, and it is very music-centric themed. However, the struggles are that of social anxiety and overcoming things like just general fears and past traumas that have affected the main character, the pianist, and that aspect can be very relatable.
Slice of life really isn't my thing. It's just not, because it as far as I've seen, it all sort of operates on, you know, sitcom logic, because, you know, just watching a normal person's life would be boring as hell. So they have to make constant problems. There have to be, you know, miscommunications and misunderstandings and always obstacles in the way and constant challenges, and there's always some looming event on the horizon that you have to be either afraid of or preparing for. I'm not disparaging the genre itself. I'm not disparaging anyone who likes it. It's just not my thing.
It's a slice of life, which I thought I wouldn't like, but it's actually pretty good, especially because it's centered around teenagers and people in my age group, so I could actually relate to some of their problems, not with the whole extremely good violinist who just is awesome at everything and everyone likes her, because I'm not like that. So the boy falls in love with the girl, but the girl falls for the jock. Then the girl next door actually realizes she has feelings for her geeky friend. I thought it would be like one of those sincere stories, but it's kind of stereotypical in a sort of sense. But I still really like the anime.
The things that they say about music are beautiful and completely accurate. A lot of the things they say about performing are accurate. I loved when they had backstage at one of the competitions, they had like different shots of all the different people like doing their own nervous tics before the competition, which everyone has. Hopefully next week will be something like fantasy related or fighting related and not slice of life, because slice of life hurts. Nobody likes life. we like fantasy. We like not real life. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Rain, are you impressed with me? You stupid. I had something.